All right. What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome to another weekly live stream here at Lake Michigan Angler. I'm Michael. Rob is here. He's just over there off to the side. He'll be here in a second. Welcome. Hopefully, y'all are doing good. Happy New Year. Hopefully, you had a great time for your new year and are excited about the year to come with our fishing. Things have been looking good. We've got a lot to share with you on the fishing front, which we're going to cover today. We're going to talk about lake trout. We're going to talk about the brown trout bite. We'll talk about some techniques for that stuff, some lures and some choices you can check out as well. We have another week of Akuma giveaways. We're going to do, wait for Rob to get back over here and he'll explain what combo we're going to give away today. I'm not sure if it's going to be a trolling combo or a casting combo, but we're going to hook that up. And all you have to do is be here watching live for a chance to win. As you type in the chat, Rob will see your name. He'll write it down. There he is right there. Yep. And that'll enter you in to win. And all you have to do is be present towards the end of the stream when we do the drawing and claim your prize. Good morning. Hello, everyone. So many names, so many familiar, so many return viewers. Thank you, guys. Hello, hello. Top of the morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning from Madison. Love to see it. Hi, Mike. Thanks for the perch tips. Hopefully they've been helping, Nicholas. Good morning, Rob. Get my name down. All right, he's working on it. He's I will. I forgot. Someone mentioned it last stream. I forgot to download the Nightbot and set it all up for the giveaway thing. So this will be the last time Rob's gonna do it manually. He's I know he'll be happy for sure. Good morning, Green Bay's in the house. Nice. Can we get a roll call? Where's everybody kind of checking in from? You know, what part of town you guys in? Seen, like I said, a couple people mentioned where they're at. Good morning from the Windy. Chicago's in the house. Hi, Chris. Good morning, Salty. Good morning from Juneau. Is that
Juneau, Alaska.
Juneau? Oh, that's Alaska. Oh,
I know your capitals, buddy.
no, I thought so, but I thought maybe it was some weird place in Wisconsin. Like, I didn't expect somebody to be in Alaska right now. And Northwest Indiana's in the house. Madison, Grand Haven, Michigan. Oh, that's awesome, man. It's always cool to see folks from the other side over here with us. Waukeshaw's in the house. Oak Grove Village, Kenosha, the West Burbs. Joaquin said, hello, I'm not down the street. Love it, man. Love it. Superior, Wisconsin. Ice weather is coming. Yes, we're actually, Rob and I just talked about it. Hopefully get out Tuesday to shoot our first ice fishing video and share that on our channel. North Central Indiana's here. Lake of the Hills. Grand Rapids from across the pond. Welcome. Hartford's in the building. NWI, Wisconsin, of course. Racine's here. Kenosha. Cool. Just on the road to Antioch, said Sean. Perfect. Oak Grove, Crystal Lake. Wow. It's really cool to see like a wide range of folks here. Thank you for joining us, and hopefully you're all doing well. So let's jump into it. Like I said, today's agenda, we're going to cover some stuff here at the shop, some housekeeping stuff, some things you need to know about. We'll get into the fishing report, and then we'll cap the stream with a giveaway of an Akuma. Rob, in fact, what is the giveaway going to be today?
Today is another cold water A, of course, and Convector Pro Downrigger rod.
All right, so we got a downrigger set up coming your way at the end of this live. So make sure you're here for it. I'll preface it now. Please make sure that you are present if your name is called to claim it in the chat. That's how we'll give it to you. If you don't claim it in a timely manner, we'll re-roll. And the other kind of pro tip here is when you're watching the live stream, make sure that you're watching in real time. If you look on the video player, whether you're on your phone, tablet, or on the desktop, you'll see the live with the red button. That means you're watching in live real time. You don't want to scroll back and you'll miss something. All right, so I want to make sure that's happened to somebody before. So now that we got all that out of the way, let's talk about what's new at the shop, Rob.
Well, we got the Mr. Chrome lures online, the crankbaits here. I'm still working on the spoons, but these came in last week. We talked about them. We caught fish with them during the week, at least I did. But yeah, they are listed online. Other than that, not too many new things came in. Other than just yesterday, Howie 6-packs came in. So if you're looking for the 6-packs of Howie flies, I'll have them, the counts on those updated early next week, so you can order those online or stop in and get them. Next week, though, lots of stuff coming in, especially towards the end of the week, we should be getting some big Okuma shipments. We should be getting Brad's Thin Fish. We should be getting some special mate boxes. There's a lot of stuff coming. I don't even know everything, but the bulk of it's going to be Okuma. So you're going to see cold water A's. You're going to see convectors, and there might be, I don't know, I didn't check to see if it was coming on this order or not, but there might be a new Okuma reel coming.
Really?
A new series of trolling reels. So I don't know if it's going to be on this shipment or not, because I didn't check on that yet. It might be a little, maybe one of the next shipments after that. I don't know. But it is, I'm pretty excited about this one. So.
Well, you guys heard something very exclusive. So
yeah,
that's my first.
Michael
I didn't even know about
it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't re-sign my new contract with them, so I think they didn't give me the information.
Well, this one is the reel is going to be a little bit more exclusive. Not that it's only for us, but I don't think you're going to see it at big stores like big boxes or anything like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
that's awesome.
Yeah, you're not going to see it. You're not even going to see it in the Okuma catalog or on their website, I don't think. So I'm excited about this one.
All right.
That's for sure.
We got something to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
They have a really good lineup. I mean, between you got the tried and true convectors, great value. It's a workhorse reel. Doesn't break the bank. You can step it up, of course. Now with the new cold water, I call them the Gen 2s. It's not like the official title, but the new Gen 2s with the upgraded drags, a new kind of a look aesthetically, looks good, and all that. Then you also have the Soltero series, which we really like, and I think people need to get more kind of in tune with it. It's a lever drag system. You know, it looks more like a saltwater reel, but man, that thing's like a tank. And the size 10 or the 15, we love it on the Downriggers.
Yeah, you can use a 10 or the 15 on the Downriggers.
Yeah.
We were using 10s, but the 15 were.
Don't sleep.
I really like those on the Downrigger.
Because with the lever drag, once you clip it onto your Downrigger, you get that right attention. You start sending your bait down on the rigger. You just slowly start cranking down on that lever drag, and that rod starts bending over, so you can get that bend and bow and right with the drop right there, instead of having to do it manually once you set it down and wheel down and start doing all this number.
Yeah, so there might be some of those coming later next week. I'm not totally sure at the moment. I just know it's a lot of Okuma stuff.
Yeah. So I saw some other comments. People joining us from the Michigan side. Welcome. Thank you for being here. John said, Downrigger question. If you got questions at any point, please feel free to throw it in there. No question is too dumb or basic or noob. We're here to help all levels, so feel free. John said, Downrigger question, how far back from the ball should my lure be? Also, would it be different for different lure types? I'm from Elwood, Illinois.
You know, for me, it's a trial and error thing. Typically, I'm running my spoons further back than flashers. What we find with flashers and dodgers when we run those on downriggers is that it changes the action of them a little bit. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times if you fish faster, we like it further back from the ball. If we fish it closer, like if we're fishing slower, we like a dodger closer to the ball. But there's no real rule of thumb there. I just play with it a little bit and just see what's working best for us. And I'll usually start, on our boat, we just have two downriggers. So we have an SWR on one, that's a spoon. That's automatically pretty far back. And the other one is usually going to start with a flasher and fly. And I'll usually start that one like 10 to 15 back. And just depending on what else is going on, what else starts catching fish, sometimes I'll stretch it back further. Sometimes I don't. I just kind of let the fish tell me what they want based on what the other rods are doing, if that one's not catching anything.
Yep. And just to add on to what Rob said, when I'm out there, I like, and this comes just from having live scope, but I definitely like to start with, if I'm doing a flash on a rigger, I usually run it tighter to the ball. I've just noticed a lot of times these fish come to the ball first, and so I'd rather have them fall back 8 to 10 feet and have that right in front of their face. And I'll usually start early morning like that, and then if you start, if you're not getting any kind of traction with that, then you stretch it out a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more skittish as the day goes on or whatever, but toy around with it. Dan said, are Cisco in our area of Lake Michigan? I do not know that answer. Rob might. He just stepped away to help somebody get some bait real quick. Any new colors of Brad's thin fish? Love those lures. You know what, Sean? We have some customs. I think we're gonna have some custom ones again this year. In the meantime, and I wanted to point it out, Rob kind of brushed over it real quick as far as what he was using to catch the browns this week. He was using some of the new Mr. Chrome's, we would call them like their version of thin fish here. So these are 3 that I forgot which one he ran. I think it was this one. This is called stone crab. It's got gold side. We love gold for browns and steelhead in this wintertime period. So it's got gold with the orange. And he took fish with this guy. These are some of the other 2 ones right here. This is a natural alewife crank in the middle. This is a deadhead, they call it. It's got purple. These are 2 other ones that we are looking at eyeballing that we believe color-wise would be good options. But again, this one's already caught fish for Rob. And again, it's called stone crab, and these are all available here at the shop from Mr. Chrome. Good morning, love you guys. The show, thank you. What's the name location? Store's called Lake Michigan Angler. It's at 1038 Sheridan Road in Winthrop Harbor, Illinois. All right, let me catch up. I know I'm catching up on your comments, guys. Apologies. All right. Yeah, and the link to our website's pinned in the chat as well, guys. So if you want to order online or if you want to get more information on the store, you can click that link up there and it'll take you to our website. Action Flasher Summer Coho. Dale, I haven't run the actions a ton. I know Rob could probably speak more to that here in a second. Let's see. I've got them with the lure 100 feet behind the ball, but run as close as 15. Yeah, and I've run in my stuff as close as 8 feet. And there's some captains that run their stubbies or their flashers like 8 feet, like tight to the ball. And then other times I've been on boats where guys stretching things back 50 feet with a flasher and stuff. So everyone kind of has their system, and that's how I see it. Windblown. Hello. Good morning, guys. Fisherwoman, hunter woman here. Love the show. Thank you for joining us. And awesome to hear. We have some more women in the sports. Love it. Good video on downtown Chicago. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that here in a second. Looking forward to spring. Yeah, it'll be here soon, hopefully. Okay, what size? Good question here. Pete said, "What size snaps do you use to connect your spoons?" All right. We like these guys right here.
Yeah, we got the Dreamweavers. I gotta get some more Dreamweavers. But typically with spoons, like 30 pound or 50 pound, depending, it's just personal preference there. Yeah. And then with flashers, we'll go bigger, like 50 or 75 pound.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can actually see any of this stuff here on the camera. Probably not, but, it's a little guy. It's a 75 pound rated. I've never had issues with these guys. And,
That's 30 pound.
Is it the 30? Oh,
is that the wrong label?
Maybe the wrong label.
Wrong label.
Oh, okay. So
that's 30 pound.
Yeah.
But yeah, 30 or 50 pound for spoons. The torpedo swivels are very good as well. And the 50 pound, they come in 40, 50 pound, 55, 70, and 90. And the 55 pound on those, I think you can pretty much use for everything. They're just a little harder to open and close.
Yeah, and don't get shy. A lot of times we notice like a lot of folks will see like the small size on the spoons for the snap swivels, and they'll get kind of scared. I actually like the small ones. You get too big of a snap swivel on a spoon, I think it can impact that action. So those guys are plenty fine. A lot of it really depends on how you fight those fish.
Yeah, Keating. Captain Dan Keating, who's doing the class in a month, almost exactly a month from today. Here, he wants the smallest snap swivels possible on a spoon, so he uses a Sampo size ones, which are very small. Yeah. So that's something he's been preaching for as long as I can remember. Mm-hmm. That's another good one. The Sampos are good snap swivels as well.
Yeah. All right. And again, at any point, any questions, feel free to drop it down below. We'll get to it. Rob's going to keep writing names. If you want to enter yourself in for the Okuma Rod Reel giveaway today, Downrigger set up. Make sure you type in the chat at least once. At this point, I'll just say hi. If you haven't already said anything, at least say hi. He can see your name stand out from other folks that he's already jotted down, and that'll enter you in for the drawing. All right, let's talk about fishing this week. I'll kick it off here. If you've been following the channel, you should have seen a video upload the other day, middle of the week. Lake trout. Managed to get out and do some lake trout fishing downtown Chicago. No, fished on Monday. The video came out Wednesday. Monday, we had that beautiful day. It was sunny, kind of similar to today. It was a little bit on the warmer side, right? It wasn't as cold. Got out downtown Chicago. The goal was to do a twofer, which was to do some perch fishing and then slide over and do some lake trout fishing. It was a very impromptu trip. We didn't get on the water till 1 o'clock, and shot over to Navy Pier. Perch weren't there, and so we immediately were in a run and gun situation. You figure we had lines in the water by like 2:15. You know, sun goes down by 4:30, so we had a really tight window. So it was really rapid fire run and gun fishing. Dropped in real quick again. Perch weren't there, weren't cooperating, so we just said let's go for the lake trout. And we specifically wanted to do, I wanted to do a video on jigging for Lakers. And so if you haven't watched that video, definitely recommend checking it out after the live. Kind of talk about, you can see it all and talk about more stuff. But what I want to cover is kind of the baits we were using for that trip. And it can be really very simple for lake trout. They generally don't tend to be super picky. But as far as if you want to just get started and have that experience, you never jigged for lake trout before, this setup right here it's really like a core setup that you can do anywhere up and down this lakefront. These lake trout right now are down in the southern basin, all the way up to Racine. You have access to them near shore, off breakwalls and such. And so that's set up first. There's going to be these bigger tube baits. These are 4.5 inch. You can get them even bigger, like 5s. We have them here in the 4.5 sizes, which is plenty big. Just a basic white Berkeley power bait tube. That's it. Simple. Very, very simple. I paired that up here with the Gamakatsu. I really like the Gamakatsus here. They're darter jig heads. I want that erratic lift drop and that darter head versus a normal tube jig head. I go with the darter heads. Again, because the darter head will vary that lift and drop. Jam it in there. The shanks on these are a little bit shorter than the length of the tube. So once you jam it in there, just grab the tube at the bottom and kind of rip it open a little bit so that the shank kind of sits in there properly, if that makes sense. That's it. This right here with a medium action rod, 20-pound braid, a little bit of a leader, there. You could do 15-pound fluoro leader on it, and you're in business. Go to some of the breakwalls, find a near shore reef like in Racine, and use your electronics to see them off the bottom and just drop down. You can cast out there and kind of hop it back to you. You can just straight vertical jig for them. Those of you that have live scope, it's a lot of fun. Obviously, you kind of see them coming in and how they react to the bait. And in one tip I shared in the video that I'll also say, this is a little bit more, if for those of you who do have live, once you see them coming in on your bait and they're checking it out, that's when I'll start to really kind of vary and get more erratic with that lift and drop to what you call it kind of playing keep away. So as they're coming in, they're looking at it, I see them, and I'll start pulling up, and they start swimming up on it. They'll either take it as you're pulling it away from them, or when you do release it back down after that multiple lifts up, they'll slam it. And I got fish both ways doing that. And that is a really effective way to target those lake trout. Other colors will work on tubes. You can do like a red on there, but white is about as like tried and true as possible. And that goes for like a blade bait as well. You can do like a jerk shad or a Kitech, white one with a paddle tail. Yeah, like any one of these kinds of soft plastics that are white. I like, again, 4, 5, 6 inches because they were eating gobies. A couple of the Lakers spit out gobies. One of them spit out a perch.
Big Castmasters work.
Yep, big Castmasters work. V-rods work really well. I really like the V-rods for this too. And the other thing that I was throwing towards the end of the trip, I didn't get hooked into fish, but this is another good option, which is the Kalen's bucktail jig right here. Just an all white. This is a 3/8 ounce. I like the 3/8 ounce when we're fishing inside of 30 feet of water, which tends to be mostly where I'm fishing at for these lake trout near shore down in Chicago. If you're going to be in Indiana waters as well, 3/8 ounce. You can go heavier. I just tend to think that 3 ounce works really well for kind of like getting you down there, but not being so heavy. It gives the fish a chance to like hit it and it drops like that.
Yeah, nice fall.
Drop. Yeah, nice fall
rate.
Yep. And again, we have all these here at the shop. The Kalen's white bucktail jig, the darter jig heads, and the white tube baits. And so in 2 hours, we had our 2-man limit of lake trout. We lost probably another 4, and we could, if we had sunlight, you can catch them all day long. I mean, when they're biting, you can catch and release them. That cold water, they hold up pretty well. Just try not to put your hands in their gills too much and release them. And a lot of fun. So when this water opens back up again, if you're in a small boat or have a way to get out into that water, take advantage of it, man. They are a blast. They bulldog you. Good fishing opportunity, keeps you busy when some of these other fish ain't cooperating, or like if the perch are moving around, you chase them. Like the Lakers are kind of like a tried and true. You know they're going to be there for you, and they're a lot of fun. Rob, want to talk about brown trout fishing?
Yeah, brown trout fishing and steelhead fishing still has been really good this past week. Harbor's froze up now. I stopped at Kenosha on my way here. That was pretty well skimmed over from the boat launch all the way to the bridge. But during the week, open water fishing was great all over the harbors. I fished for a little bit in by the docks in Kenosha. Just trolled back and forth a few times in my kayak before I came in here, so I wasn't out very long, but I had a couple browns. Husky jerks for me, and then the Mr. Chrome crankbaits, I tried those. They caught a fish. So, gold stick it right here. Like this stone crab, I think that's my new favorite right there. But yeah, those were good. Other people fishing from shore out in the main basin of the harbor, they were catching them really good, much better than I was on spawn sacks. By the tube area, by the kind of all over the place. I think it was even better by the bridge and a little bit past the bridge to the Coast Guard. That area was really good. So get out there and fish. That area is still open too. So if you're still holding on to open water fishing, I don't know how long it'll stay open over there, but as of this morning, it was still wide open everywhere south of the bridge. They were getting fish in the Root. They were getting fish in the harbor. In Racine, spinners, crankbaits, spawn sacks, tube jigs, all that was catching fish. Hair jigs. So that's going to be right now. I didn't get the chance to look at that in the last couple of days, but I guarantee you there's going to be some areas that are frozen, some areas that are not. So you'll probably have a mix of people ice fishing off the docks, and then open water fish in other parts of the marina there.
You can't be mad at that. You got a little bit of you got a lot of options.
Yeah, the one interesting thing about Racine, when I did fish Racine. It was like a week ago. I fished Racine. It was loaded with emerald shiners.
Really?
Loaded with them, especially in the low stretches of the river. My screen was just a wall of bait, and it was all emerald shiners. There was a few fish around them, not as many as I thought, but I forgot that I did go there like a week ago. But yeah, that was interesting. Like good sized emerald shiners, they were like 5 inches.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
A lot of bait up there. That was in the, like I said, the low stretches of the river is where I was at. So a lot of different options right now. That area right where I was at is probably freezing up now, but that usually doesn't take too long to get fishable ice in there. It's just a matter of the dock workers if they're going to be breaking that up as they remove those docks from Reef Point.
All right. Sinful said, what about burbot fishing? I haven't heard much. I don't do burbot fishing.
I talked to one guy who caught 2. I know there's people fishing for him. Just sounds day to day, but I don't get as consistent reports for him. But I know that they have been catching a few here and there.
Yeah. Good morning to everyone. By the way, I see all the comments. I'm skimming through. Thank you for joining us here. Like I said, Harbor has been slower for me. River has been on fire in Racine. Yeah. Awesome. Let's see here. John said, I see they have braid to replace the steel cable on the downrigger. What's your opinion on using braid? Will the braid have the cable humming noise? And the humming noise good? Yeah, so like I have a little downrigger on my kayak, and when I first set it up, it comes with like the wire. It is unbearable in the kayak, probably because you're sitting right next to it versus a boat. You got the motor, it kind of masks some of that sound. But I went to braid. I have 150-pound braid, but I'm only using a 4-pound ball. If you're talking about switching it off of downrigger off a boat, yeah, you probably want to go heavier than that, depending on the ball you're using.
Yeah, I forgot. I used to carry the downrigger braid, but it was not popular. Most people I know that tried it went back to steel cable for numerous reasons. They did have a couple break-offs. They trusted the steel more with their fishhawk probes. But the main thing is like we liked that hum and that whine usually. So I know I'm fishing the right speed and everything when I get that good hum coming from the cable. So it's one of those things that I've talked to a lot of people over the years that have tried it, and they all went back to steel cable on their downriggers. So I know a couple people have stuck with it, but for the most, I'd say 80% of the people I know that tried it have all switched back. So I have not tried it myself though.
Mike said, met a guy in Milwaukee New Year's Day, caught 7 browns trolling. We didn't do well casting. Everything was pinned to the bottom. Okay. Fishing on Hope said, had luck jigging paddle tails and chartreuse cranks in harbors. Good. Awesome. So, yeah, that is kind of a wrap for this week or so for the fishing. Again, it seems like we're going to be going, up and down with the temps. We're going to get ice again. We're icing up again. And then perhaps we'll get a warm trend to open back up. So whether you want to do ice fishing or you want to do open water fishing, take advantage once the water does what the water does based on the weather, and get out there. So far, if I were to grade the wintertime fishing, I'd say it's probably an A+. Like, this is really good.
It's been pretty good.
Yeah, it's been
pretty
really good.
Late fall and winter.
Yeah.
Especially after a tough early fall, late summer with the King Run harbor fishing was a tough one this year. So it is nice to have some really good late fall fishing with the browns and steelhead.
Yeah.
And some good sized fish too.
Yeah. Like the browns really showed up. Last year, up to this point with the browns, it was tough. They weren't really around much. I went out a couple times. It was like 1 brown a trip. Like, this is not normal. This year, totally different experience. My best guess is because we got cold really quickly. I think that helped. Water temps got cold enough. They just came in pretty good. So, yeah, really, really good winter period so far. We'll see how the rest of the back end going into spring looks. But, hopefully much doesn't change, really. All right. Last podcast was great. Will you guys be announcing next podcast release date soon? Yeah, good question. Next podcast is going to be with Captain Dion. He's like one of the younger captains out here on the lake. Great fisherman, and we'll have that out this week. Release it on Monday, so I'll have that one coming out for you guys. We talked a lot of good conversation there. Then after that, we have Mr. Chrome podcast, where we talked with the owner of Mr. Chrome, how he got started, what he's got going on. And then we also have another podcast done.
Lance from
Howie's Tackle up in Sturgeon Bay. So we talk a little bit about the history of Howie, how we've all used their flies, right? They've caught millions of fish probably at this point. So we talk a little bit about the history and a little bit about and a lot more about the fishing up there. And I think one of the biggest parts of the conversation in that podcast is why does the northern part up there get bigger kings? And it'll be a good conversation when we release that. Hopefully you guys enjoy that convo as we share our ideas and what we believe, because we don't all really know, but it makes for good conversation. It gets for a good convo going. So those are just some of the ones that are done and just in the lineup, ready to come out, and we'll release them weekly. So. And we're still working on some other things. We tried to do a DNR rep and do that again. I think that'll be very informational for everyone. So just a lot of, scheduling when everyone's available and such. All right, we're going to get ready to do the giveaway here real quick. If you've not said anything in the chat to this point, say hi right now, and Rob will see you amongst everyone else. And I'll write your name down. I'm going to answer some questions while he's doing that, and while you guys are saying hi, if you haven't already talked in the chat, and then we'll do the giveaway. So, let's see here. Sean said, is there a point in the year you typically are switching to heavier balls? 16-pound balls, example. We struggled after mid-July not running heavier balls. Looking forward to having them this year as an option.
Well, on our boat, we just run 15s the whole year. But a lot of people do run 20s, especially late July and on. Some people just run them the whole time. They don't even bother with smaller ones. So it depends on your downrigger too. Like the guys running Magnum Metals, a lot of them just run 20s the whole time. With other downriggers, that might be a lot of wear and tear, and so it might be worth having a set of smaller ones and bigger ones, because the 20-pound downriggers are just a lot to deal with for other downrigger types. But typically, once you get past the middle of July or August, a lot of times, especially the last 2 years, the way the warm water stacked up, this year it was really like middle of August when those north winds came and really stacked up in warm water. The bigger downrigger balls definitely make a difference. So if you're in the market for downriggers, make sure that you get some that can handle 20-pound downrigger balls, because it does come in handy to be able to do that.
Yep. There you go.
I mean, I know there's even some guys running 25s.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Let's see. Mike said, "Get Arnie back." We actually hope. Yeah,
we're working on it.
We're working on it. We're trying. So we're trying to get Arnie with the DNR rep, and so we're just kind of waiting for that to materialize.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Arnie's great, man. He's a blast to talk to. Wealth of information. You know, well accomplished angler here. So always good talking with Arnie. Love the guy. Mark said, "Let's get another podcast with Big Boy." I'd love.
He's a hard guy to lock down.
Yeah, you guys know
it took me 2 years to get him on that one podcast. So
you guys know that he is out every day. He's a machine.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what, Rob? Maybe we should reach out and see if we can.
Maybe we could hook up for him on Tuesday.
Either that, or even if he's running a trip, I can go with him and just film him and mic him up, and he can just talk while he's doing his guiding trip. But
yeah,
you know, do a on the water something like that, perhaps with them. Especially because he's doing the river stuff right now.
Right.
River ice, that'd be kind of cool. All right, let's see here. Hi, Kelly. Might have missed it, but when jigging for Lakers at this time of the year, do you fish slower? By fishing slower, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that, but what I will say is, you know, if you watch the video that's on the channel that we just posted on the Lake Trout, you can see my cadence. I'm not being shy about it. I'm not, you know, really slow, and you know the water temp's 35 degrees, but those fish thrive in that cold water, so I don't think it bothers them at all. They were pretty active and aggressive. I mean, I saw them coming in, flying in on the live scope, in on the baits. You know, when I did see one coming in looking interested, I'd start pulling it away. It very active and went up, so they're not like, you know, for the most part, they're not going to be sluggish in that, you know, not lake trout.
No, not like warm water species. I actually had a discussion with a customer earlier in the week about that, who has just gotten into fishing for the browns and steel in the harbors, and up until this point, he's only bass fished, and he was kind of surprised how, you know, if you're going to bass fish in the cold water this time of year, a lot of times you're really downsizing, really slowing down. So, and I was telling him, hey, if you're going to cast a spinner, the bigger the better. Colder water, bigger the blade. And it kind of caught him off guard. These fish are cold water fish. Yeah. It doesn't bother them to be in 35-degree water. They're comfortable in there, and they're not afraid to move after a bait, or even a bigger bait, you know. So just keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. They're going to have their days where they don't want to move around too much, but yeah they're not afraid to. But they're comfortable.
I think those days where they're a little bit more. I think it's more about the water quality than it is the water temp, perhaps. Mm-hmm. Unless it's warm water. And warm water is different.
Yeah,
but
dirty water.
Yeah, dirty. If it's silted up, if there was a little blow and it's like the day I was out on Monday. The water was about 3 feet visibility. It was like that. You could tell like the sand and the silt kind of mixed in with the green. Like it's kind of clear, but it's like a hazy.
Yeah.
So I think when those water conditions happen is when those fish will start to be a little more sluggish. But the cold itself, no. If it's cold and clear, I think they'll be fine. Okay, let's see what else. Any other questions before we do this? Save our soul. What did I miss? You know, guys, you can always go back and scroll back to watch the live when you get a chance. Gotcha. Thanks, mate. Definitely go and check out that video. Awesome, Kelly. Thank you. Good morning, Ben. All right. Those fish are looking to feed, and a bait fish is looking to not get bit. So the bait are moving quickly, so jig quickly. Yeah. Yeah, just vary up your pattern. Vary up your pattern and see what works for you. All right. I think we're all set. Let's go ahead and get this thing done here. It's already a little after 10. All right. We're going to go ahead and do the drawing here again. If you, hopefully at this point, you have typed something in the chat so that Rob can jot your name down.
We'll get a new record here. We're at 111 right now.
111. Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo. That's awesome.
You guys kept me busy today.
Hey, if you guys don't mind doing us a favor while I set this up, hit the like button for us if you haven't already done so. Just helps the YouTube algorithm show that people are interested in the content. And more people can learn about salmon and trout fishing. And of course, for any of your fishing needs, we're here to help. We got the shop here. The pinned comment in the chat will take you right to our website. You can shop from the website. If there's something you're looking for that doesn't show on the website or shows out of stock, please call. Sometimes it's just a matter of we've got it. We just haven't had a chance to upload it to the numbers on the website. Call Rob, and if there's something you're looking for specifically, call Rob. He might be able to get it for you. That's kind of like the benefit of shopping small here. We really try to be more like a concierge fishing service where if you're looking for something, Rob can probably get it for you. Whereas big box, you're not going to get that level of kind of service, unfortunately. And well, fortunately for us, anyway.
Yep.
So take advantage of it, guys. You know, we can really find and really get you guys outfitted with stuff you need if you're looking for it. All right.
We're up to 113 now.
113. All
Yeah.
right. We're going to close it here in a second, folks, and we're going to do the drawing. One day you'll have 500 plus. Keep it up. Thank you, Julian. Well, you know, like, we don't really pay attention to the numbers so much. We're really just trying to get the information out and be a resource for folks. Are you guys carrying any more of the old moonshine spoons? Good question, Sin. I'm pretty sure.
There are a few
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah.
but if you want them, you got to come yourself. I don't like go around and let's say, hey, this one's new, this one's old, on the phone with people or anything like that. Like if you want to, there's a pretty good handful of old ones in there. You're
like-
more than welcome to come in
Pick
and
at 'em.
dig through them. But I'm not doing it for people over the phone. If you say, hey, do you have this one in the original? I'm not going to check. I'm not even going to acknowledge the email or anything like that. You got to come in and check it out yourself.
Well, there goes our concierge service.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm not doing.
Rob's the hard line. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
I'm not doing that because all day long, all I'm going to get are emails of, do you have flounder pounder in there,
listen,
USA,
when
and
the
that,
whole-
and I don't have time for all that.
When the whole moonshine thing controversy kicked off, the amount of calls and everything that Rob was getting, he was losing his mind.
Yeah.
Do you have Dancing Anchovy, the old one? Do you have?
You're more than welcome to come in the store and dig through all the pegs.
He's still traumatized, guys.
Yeah.
Ed, good question. How's your tape selection looking? So, there's a lot of tape on that owl.
Ed's our biggest tape customer. Every time he comes in, he
Oh, okay.
buys like 6 packages of tape.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I probably know my face then.
Yep, for sure. Right now, I have not. We had a little bit of WTP tape come in. WTP came, but next month we're gonna have a lot more spoon cuts and like baby spin doctor cuts and stuff like that. That won't happen until February though.
Rob, and we mentioned in prior streams that aisle, the first aisle when you walk in here, that's going to be our DIY aisle. We've got the tapes on one side. The other side, we're going to have the stuff for all fly tying, correct?
Yes, there's gonna be some of that. That's a good month
Tinsel
away
material.
too.
Okay. So that'll be
But
coming.
yeah, we'll be get back into the tinsel and stuff so you can tie your own flies.
Yep.
We got away from that for a few years.
That'd be pretty cool. That might be something to look at, maybe hosting a class here for that or some kind of seminar. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe for people that want to learn that. All right. Let's get into it, folks. Let me see if I have any questions. Do I ever get any burbot off the end of Kenosha? I don't know, Alex.
I know they've been caught there, and even I've seen them caught by the yacht club.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
It's been a while since but that doesn't mean they haven't been doing it.
All right. Guys do an amazing job, helpful with
They're at
information.
118 now.
Thank you, Jamie. We appreciate the feedback, guys. Thank you. You guys are going to be doing a boat show this year.
No.
Mike said I'd come to a fly tying seminar. Good to know. Thank you.
But speaking of shows or classes, month from today, or month from yesterday, February 2nd, that first weekend in February, Dan Keating is having his class here. That's Saturday and Sunday. That one you have to sign up for if you go to CaptainDanKeating.com. And then the following month, so the first weekend in March, is Captain Caleb. And his is just Saturday. It's free. You don't have to sign up for anything. But he packs the place. Last year, there was cars parked all over the neighborhood. Neighbors are complaining. So get here early for that one. It's just the morning until people are done asking him questions.
Yep. All right. Let's go ahead and take care of this, guys. We've got 118 entries today, the most ever. Thank you guys for being here, for joining us. I'm pretty even sure just by glancing at our numbers that this is probably one of the highest viewers counts we've had, so we do appreciate it. All right, let me go ahead and show you here. We've got 118. Hopefully you guys can see this on the counter, 118, and we're going to go ahead and spin the wheel, folks. Spin, spin, spin. Who's going to win? Lucky number is 37, Rob. 37.
Sean Peterson.
Sean Peterson, need to claim your prize, my friend. Sean Peterson, where are you at? If no one claims it, if he doesn't claim in a timely manner, we will re-roll. Sean Peterson, where are you at, bud? We'll give him a second here to. There he is.
Yep.
Congratulations, Sean. You are getting hooked up with an Akuma, the new cold water reel with a Akuma Downrigger rod for a little Downrigger setup here. Do us a favor once we end the live. If you're local, if you're free, come on right in. You can come grab it today. If not, call in after we're done off the live. Talk to Rob to get situated on when you can get it, or if you need it shipped to you, we'll get that to you. So thank you for being here. We'll have another giveaway next week. We're getting
the last one.
The last one will be for next week.
Possibly the last one.
Yeah.
We have one unclaimed prize.
Yeah, someone from weeks ago never claimed it or anything, so they didn't come pick it up.
If they don't claim it by the following weekend, then we're gonna raffle it off again.
Yeah. And of course, thank you to Akuma for making this happen here. They're a big supporter of our Fishing Report live streams, which is why they've given us all this product to give away to you guys. And so if you've never fished with any of the Akuma products, we've got a ton of them. It's widely used across the Great Lakes. You know, come on in, put a reel in your hand, check out the new cold waters, Gen 2s as I call them. Check out all the wide selection of rods for your coppers, your lead cores, your downriggers. Got a wide selection of stuff. A lot of varying price points to fit your budgets. Feel free to come into the shop or shop online at lakemichiganangler.com for the Akuma stuff, and we really appreciate it. And we've got a ton of other great brands here that we carry that are going to get the job done for you out on Lake Michigan, whether you're in a boat, kayak, or on shore. So again, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate your time. Check out the video again on lake trout on our channel if you haven't already done so, on how to jig for them. I think it'll be useful. And we look forward to seeing you guys next week. Any final thoughts, Rob?
Oh, get out and fish. I think you're going to have a lot of opportunities to ice fish coming up here soon. It's cold. It's going to stay cold for quite a while, as long as that forecast is true. So make sure your blades are sharp. And if you need ice fish and stuff, we actually are loaded up with tungsten jigs, a lot of custom jigs and spins. We've got Widowmaker jigs. We've got everything you need to catch the fish in the harbors. Panfish as well out in the, if you need tip-ups, we've got all that stuff. Bait, minnows, suckers, shiners, all that. So
brown trout eggs.
Yeah, right now we've got
a lot of brown
good brown trout spawn sacks.
Yeah.
They're really good eggs. So take advantage of that. So this is probably the best eggs you can buy right now, anywhere right now.
Yeah. Final question. Mike said, mention your hours quickly, please. Yeah, so Saturday... 9
to 4 on Saturday, 9 to 2 on Sunday, 9 to 2 on Monday. We're closed Tuesdays, and it's back to 9 to 5 the rest of the week.
Do you have a page where people can share reports? No, we don't house any forums or anything like that. There's plenty of Facebook groups that already have that. Soon. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Get out there and fish if you're gonna fish, or just have a good time with your family. Or whatever it is you're going to do, man. Thank you, and we'll see you guys next week.